once this is over.
Tonight, our campaign is shocking the nation.
Crooked Ken Paxton cheated on his wife.
4 service members died today, and Donald Trump spent more time talking about his ballroom.
And we may have casualties. That often happens in war.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
Welcome to the Digital Diner. I'm Craig Crawford, retired journalist working for nothing but the truth and Social Security checks. We got all our friends here from all across the country, from the state of Washington to Minnesota to formerly Texas and Mississippi. So welcome everybody. Billy Bova, Jamie, Blue in Dallas, and Katie in Minnesota. What do we think? Who wants to go first? Tyler, Katie, your dog, Winnie, picked Talarico 2 days ago.
She went straight for it.
Yeah. I need to go back and get that video again. I will play it again. But Katie had her dog, Winnie. She set out She did a perfect control group. She had the same treat on a piece of paper with Talarico's name on it, a piece of paper with Crockett's name on it, same treat, and she did not even hesitate. She went straight to Talarico without any break. Went right to it. So Winnie is now 100%, has a 100% record on predicting outcomes.
But did she rig the vote?
Yeah, did she?
Maybe she rigged it. I don't know.
Okay, Billy, you've been working in the South a long time. We've been saying Texas is going to go blue someday. Are we there yet?
You know, we're on our way. I think. I hope.
Now, that's pretty confident coming from you. You're not one to be crazy about
I
that.
think that this is a unique cycle for Texas. And no matter how you slice this loaf of bread, you're looking at the Texas population being, I don't know, 40% Hispanic, Latino, at least. Where's our Blue in Dallas? What's this?
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. It's over 40%.
40% plus of the total population being of Hispanic, Latino origins in the state of Texas, most of which were born there, are citizens there, United States citizens, Texas citizens, entitled to register to vote and vote. And I think they are going to play a significant key role in the November general election. And a lot of those people are religious conservative, Catholic, some Baptist, Methodist, Lutheran, what have you, Protestant. And a lot of small business owners. Minority populations historically are small business owners in America because the white folk wouldn't hire them a whole lot, basically. That made the hiring decisions. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And so you've got those people, and they I think they are upset tremendously with disillusionment over Donald Trump, over the president, because they were hit hard with inflation. They've been hit 10 times harder with the tariffs, and quite frankly, they don't like a bunch of predominantly white guys dressed up like overweight special forces guys in fatigues with masks on, running around the Home Depot parking lot, beating up Latino looking people who are trying to make a living and pay taxes. And they don't, and I don't blame them. God knows I don't like it at all. And I think those people see a natural ally in Talarico candidacy. And if we can get them out to vote, get our progressive more educated, more affluent populations in the Austin area and region. A lot of high tech people there.
I know he's from there, but I noticed he got 76% of the vote in Austin.
I mean, if we can get those same types of folks in the Dallas metro area, Houston metro area, San Antonio area, El Paso area, what have you, if we can get them out this November to vote, and they'll support Talarico and the Democrats because they are so disgusted with what they've seen out of the Trump administration and the Republican Party, the way they've been treated economically and culturally and morally. I think the guy's going to have a chance, given the fact that all we can do is man, I hope that the MAGA PACs for Paxton and Cornyn spend $1 trillion a piece just trashing each other in the next 2 months.
Yeah, I've got that
I was going to say, and then the governor's race, Abbott's going to be up against a Hispanic woman. Hanosa won.
Who?
Hanosa. Her name is her last.
Oh,
name
the Dallas. She's the Dallas.
She's running against. She's running against a midget in a wheelchair governor. Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
She is so he's gonna be up against a Latino woman. A Latina woman.
I think it will be key. I think Jasmine Crockett ran a good race. I like Jasmine Crockett. She's a real Democrat. And I hope that she's smart, an attorney. She's savvy. I hope that she really gets all of her supporters to understand the significance of needing to get back out in November and vote for the Democratic ticket in the state of Texas. And I think she does, and she will.
That was a big old mess they had in Dallas. Yeah, those Republicans engineered a big old mess with the balloting.
They sure did. So I was reading one
awful
article last night. It said, and this would have affected me. It was because where I lived at the end was Irving, which is Dallas County, and somebody in Irving went to their polling place where they always went, and they said, no, you have to drive 20 minutes to Farmers Branch. That would have been me, from a two block walk to a 20-minute drive. So I wonder if they just changed when they split out the polling places by party. I wonder if they just left the polling places for the GOP where they normally would go, and then found a whole new place for the Democrats to go. That's what
the way I understood it went down is they used to have a deal where you could vote anywhere in the county in any precinct.
Yep.
And they changed it just for this election because the Republicans wouldn't agree to that. In the past, if both parties agreed, then everyone could vote in every precinct in the whole county. And this time the Republicans chose not to agree with it. Am I understanding that correctly? Is that what happened?
I think that whole thing stems from Trump bullying the Texas midget and wheelchair governor and the redistricting, trying to rig the map in his favor. And all I got to say is anything, it's ill-gotten gains. They are going to continue to reap and bear the fruit from their own poison tree.
Karma is real.
Karma is real. Yes, ma'am.
And Crockett had the decency to come out and concede. And
she did?
Yeah, she did.
She did?
Yep.
Oh, I was looking for that. When did that happen? Is that I missed that?
Wasn't it late last night?
Yeah, really late last night.
Real must, because the first time she came out last night, she did not concede, and that's what I was concerned.
The whole court case was still up in the air before, so neither one of them made a big thing of it. But once that court case came down, she conceded immediately and urged her followers to vote for Talarico.
Well, there you go. We may finally have an instance, as Mudcat is fond of saying, of Democrats not only falling in love, but also falling in line.
Yeah.
For a change, yes.
And on the Republican side, and it looks like Paxton and Cornyn. I mean, neither one are very inspiring. They're kind of bland. They're kind of milquetoast kind of guys. I mean, there's nothing terribly exciting about them. It doesn't seem. And hopefully Cornyn and of course they're going to bootlick as hard as they can to get Trump to endorse one or the other. And I think that's just a positive for the Democrats, because the Democrats can point to Trump and it's like, look, we know you wanted cheap eggs and cheap rent and cheap tuition and cheap cars and cheap refrigerators, but your boy just doubled the price on all that stuff in the last year. So, you know, it's like you didn't get the cheap stuff. You got more expensive stuff. And
now
so,
it's going to go up again because of the gas prices.
And on top of that, he just set the whole Middle East on fire. And so,
I don't know if you've seen this. I just, toward the end of this campaign on the Republican side, Cornyn did this ad right here, which is, I mean, this will just burn your eyebrows off. I mean, this is one I've seen a lot of negative ads, but this is a doozy. Listen to this one.
So let's cut through the bullshit. Crooked Ken Paxton cheated on his wife. She's divorcing him on biblical grounds. So now Paxton's wrecking another home, sleeping around with a married mother of 7. And remember this, Crooked Ken has increased his net worth by as much as 7,000% since taking office. And his actions in office, even more troubling. Paxton gave millions of Texas tax dollars to left-wing organizations, including the Montrose Center, that hosts drag queen shows and performs gender-affirming services to kids as young as 7. Now think of the Paxton dirty deeds we don't know about yet. The wife cheater and fraud, or the Texas workhorse. Senator John Cornyn is endorsed by the Border Patrol, and he voted with President Trump 99% of the time. Cornyn got the money to finish the damn wall. Texans know what to do.
I'm John Cornyn, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
Man, that is a barn burner.
Yeah.
Of course, right there, you've got the elderly against the criminal. Talarico has them both built on those.
Well, Paxton's no spring chicken.
Well, I mean, he did everything. He did everything but accuse Paxton of being an initial sponsor of Jeffrey Epstein. You know.
Yeah.
That's
the next video. That's the next one.
Larry is Pogue here. He's in comments. He says he's in West Virginia. He says construction going on here. Too bad to participate with audio, but can listen and chat. Well, good to have you here. I actually thought you might be coming in, Pogue, and I got my West Virginia T-shirt out. This is from Taylor Bookstore, and
hey, let's go Mountaineers
in Charlottesville, which is just about a block away from where I got the fried bologna sandwiches in Charleston, West Virginia as well. All right. And okay, so he's adding Paxton is beyond ridiculous, Cornyn, and he'll be educating Texas a bit. Yeah. But
well, I mean, they've got to look into both Ken and Angela Paxton's. They both had lawsuits against them. They were both, or not lawsuits, they were charged with embezzlement or some sort of insider trading or something. I can't even remember what it was now. Both of them, him and his soon-to-be ex-wife.
Well, my only thought was that the thing is, that's sort of baked in, at least among the Republican primary voters. I think and he still got over 40% of the vote. They know.
Cornyn to me he's like a human bowl of oatmeal. He's nothing. He's impressionable. He's just whatever. And Paxton is a bowl of human oatmeal, but it's got poison in it. So if you eat it, you will die. Those are the differences.
So what does Pogo think about today's Supreme Court? What's coming down today with those decisions?
Oh, is there something happening? Or do they have something out? Did they put a decision out?
Yeah, the Supremes are doing something about transgender, and they've got a couple of other decisions that are supposed to come down today.
Oh, today? Oh, really? Oh, boy.
And oversight committee is with Keith Ellison and Walls today, investigating more fraud. And then the House is meeting with Noam, because she's met with senators yesterday, so she's with them today.
Why? I'm so tired of her coming up to testify and then nothing happens to her. She obstructs justice, she perjures herself, and zero happens.
Well, yesterday she said she never called Alex Preddy a domestic terrorist, and she clearly did.
And she threw the AIDS under the bus. Well, that's what I was told. I mean, the thing is, she's one of the better liars she's just good at it. I mean, she's confident. You can't break her. They tried to break. I mean, Pam Bundy's a terrible liar. I mean, she just gets caught up and emotional and melts down. But Noam is just as cool as can be.
Well, Noam actually left the last hearing because she got so upset.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, Noam is just a quintessential textbook definition of a narcissistic sociopath. I don't know what else to say. I mean,
she's working for the right guy.
Well, but also the Botox helps with her not making any facial expressions.
Yeah, I mean, she does sound like a robot. She sounds like she sounds like a damn robot.
It's all scripted. All scripted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched all those Turning Point and NRA and all that stuff all the time in the campaign, and I started watching her pretty early because I realized that Trump was going to go places. I mean, she had a shot at running mate until that dog killing mess. But the thing is, she would tell these stories in her stuff things that she would do at these right wing events. I mean, like one of the things that she was always proud of the fact that she gave her 2-year-old granddaughter her first gun. That was and she'd get all this applause,
Man, I'm telling you, she's only to be loved by Corey.
Yeah,
and her husband, because
he needs a great
double duty here.
Great divorce lawyer for him. Boy, that'd be what a divorce lawyer's dream. Represent Kristi Noem's husband. Jeez.
There was a piece that said that Wesley Hunt actually helped Paxton. So if that 13% ends up going to Cornyn.
Yeah, that actually is why I put this on the screen. I wanted to ask y'all.
Yeah,
that
there
very
was a
question
piece,
how, as close as Paxton and Cornyn are. That's double digits that Wesley got. So where does that go? So you're saying that it could go to Paxton?
About 2 days ago, I posted an article and they were like looking from, I think it was through Texas Tribune, and they were looking at who it helps, and and they said basically that Wesley Hunt helps Paxton. So because it was going to pull votes from Cornyn. So if that 13% goes to Cornyn, well, then Paxton's done.
Huh. Well, and some of the numbers on the Democrat side here, I mean, when you look at the early, at the for the first time since 2020, more Democrats cast early ballots in a primary than Republicans. 400,000 Democrats voted for the first time yesterday.
The Talarico effect.
And then you have was Lloyd Benson, I guess, was the last Democratic senator, but I didn't remember Beto O'Rourke. He came within just 215,000 votes against Cruz out of 8 million ballots cast. I mean, that was no blowout for sure.
Lloyd Benson, wow. When he the one that turned to Mr. Vice President, you are no Jack Kennedy.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, I actually covered that debate. That was in Austin, and I covered that. And Mike McCurry, do y'all remember Mike McCurry? He was the press secretary for the Clinton administration, but he was press secretary for Lloyd Benson in that campaign, and traveled with him, and I traveled with Benson a little bit. And anyway, I was there when they had that debate where he did that, and I remember afterwards. Because I did not, that sounded like a Mike McCurry line, the one that you just quoted, where he said, you know, I knew Jack Kennedy, he was a friend of mine, and you know Jack Kennedy. That was just the kind of wit that Mike had, and I asked him afterwards, after that debate, I said, you wrote that line, didn't you? And he just gave me this kind of Cheshire cat smile, you know, and didn't say a word. Many years later, long after that campaign, he finally admitted to me that he in fact did write that line.
Well, you know that he's holding that one in his back pocket, just waiting for a chance to use it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. Yeah. Lloyd Benson was a great man, though. I really admired that man.
Oh yeah, he was on my Lawton Childs from Florida, walking Lawton. God,
yeah,
man, we used to have some great guys, man, great people. I mean, just
yeah. Lawton Childs was one of the best. Lawton Childs never took more than $25 from anybody. Can you believe that?
He was.
That's the most money you could give Lawton Childs. $25. That's it.
Did you ever cover any of the debates when he debated Jeb Bush?
Jeb Bush, yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, those were fantastic. I mean, and one of the best moments of those debates was when poor old Jeb Bush I wasn't even too sure myself, and I'll be curious if you know, Billy, because it's an old Southern thing, I guess. And they asked Lawton about something that Jeb had just said, some attack line, because he was on the attack against Lawton. And Lawton says, well, you know how they say, the he-coon rises at dawn.
Yeah, that's
everybody,
right.
We were all in the audience there. Everybody were like looking around. But the thing is, Jeb Bush had the same look on his face. And that became a moment out of that debate, was the look on Jeb Bush's face. I still don't think I remember exactly what the line was meant. I mean, I know a he-coon is a male raccoon, and I don't know what it is.
A he-coon is and then a female is a her-coon? Is that one?
I don't know what it is. The he-coon rises at dawn.
I just know the ones in my neighborhood think they belong to. They think they're all pets. You know, they'll sit outside your doors and just look at you.
Ours don't. They sit out there and chatter in the evening, and then they come up overnight and wreak havoc on the patio deck. But hey, you know who got primaried? Al Green.
Oh, did he lose?
He lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I figured he was.
And that I called him Captain Dan, you know, the eye patch guy on the GOP side.
He lost, didn't he?
That really surprised me. I mean, he's been like a 99% Trump voting record. What was that all about?
That 1% will get you.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, Dan Crenshaw lost. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And you would think that, you know, the guy, I mean, he's a wounded combat veteran, and now we're at war. Well, we don't know if we're at war. Are we at war? Are we not at war? The Congress can't vote whether or not we're at war. One day we're at war. One day we're not at war. One day we might have to put troops on the ground. The next day this thing's going to be over quick. The next day, well, it's going to be 5 or 6 weeks. Who knows? Only thing I know is that if you are an American citizen and you're in that part of the world right now, and you don't want to be, because because anything could happen. Apparently, I don't know. I think that from what I can tell, looking at the polling, only the MAGA faithful really support the thing.
Yeah, it's a 60-40 war.
They don't get it. And this is all because it is because of Epstein. It is because Israel, Rubio's whole thing. Well, we striked preemptive. We striked preemptively because Israel was going to strike them, and then they were going to strike us. What a ridiculous statement. But because Israel they've got the full Epstein files. I am convinced that Epstein was Mossad. I am convinced that is who he was working for, and that is where all roads seem to lead there. And Netanyahu said, "You're going to do this. You're going to."
Well, you got Massey. I actually pulled this clip of Massey talking about that.
It's that simple. Why do you think he is working so hard not to get them released for so many months? What do you think the real reason is?
These files implicate billionaires and friends of his and political donors that he's trying to protect. And Epstein also had close ties to our own intelligence agencies and Israel's intelligence agencies. And that's why there's so much effort in trying to stop this. And I do believe they'll try to stop it somewhere else. And that's going to backfire on them too.
So the president.
So he went there.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody brought up that when he was working in finance, that he was actually working the files that funded the CIA too. So he's got ties everywhere. I'll have to go find that because it was
agent pedophile man. I swear.
What was that, Katie?
I said he's Epstein was like a secret agent pedophile man.
Yeah. Honey trap. Honey trap. That's old intelligence.
Yeah, I've even heard that he was like Putin's a money manager, told him where to put his money and stuff. I don't know. It's crazy. It is something that did surprise me was the oversight committee that the guy from Kentucky, James Comer, the chair of the House Oversight Committee, that they are actually going to speak to the Lutnick guy, the Commerce Secretary.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised that they would even do that.
Very, very.
Oh, and
when they called in Lexner, that
was
lingerie guy, the lingerie guy. When they brought him in, Comer didn't even show up for that question.
No. Republicans didn't even show up.
Oh, Lutnick's sister was friends with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh boy. Really? Yep. Another.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Oh. Well, I guess I don't know. Of course, I'd love for him to talk to Melania. I'm still completely convinced that Melania was an Epstein girl that was sold off to Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
She was with Epstein for about a year, and then Epstein gifted her to Donald Trump.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's where Trump met. I think that's how Donald J. Trump met Melania, was through Epstein introduced her. He's like, hey, here's one of my ladies I brought over from Europe, and I think you'll like her.
Yeah. Hey, Larry, they're saying Comer is dumb as a doctor.
I mean, this is the TMZ presidency, man. It's just made for TMZ story every hour. It's unbelievable. It's and then when it's like a sensationalized TMZ story every hour with the white evangelical crew cheering it on. It's like,
Hey, Larry, I know you watch Joe, Morning Joe, that Scarborough calls Comer Mr. Who was the pig on Green Acres? Arnold
Ziffel?
Pig.
Arnold Ziffel.
Every time they talk about Comer on the show, they put up a picture of Arnold.
Arnold Ziffel.
Excuse me.
Problem
Yeah,
is, Arnold
that's,
Nipple was a smart pig.
That's the thing.
So
Arnold was
I guess that makes Donald Trump Mr. Haney, you know.
Yeah, I think Comer. I used to call Comer Mr. Haney, and I think that is actually better. But Scarborough calls him Arnold Pig. Or I think that's what he does. I mean, maybe he's saying that Arnold the pig is smarter than Comer. Maybe that's what it is.
That's probably the case. It's probably
Where
the case.
are Europeans today?
What?
I said, where are all our Europeans today?
Yeah, the Europeans aren't here today. Where they must be taking.
Maybe they're boycotting us.
Maybe they are.
Hey, I don't know. They're probably throwing a victory party for the USA women's hockey team.
Yeah, I was going to talk to Winter about his man Mertz. I thought Mertz made a lot more sense about the way forward in Iran than Trump did at their joint press conference yesterday.
Well,
you know, that thing is, I don't know. How long do you guys think that Trump can keep this stuff up?
Not for too long, because I think I was reading a piece last night and I think I posted it on the trail too, about we can't just pause the war because we've got to resupply. We can only do this for a few weeks and then we're done. We don't have the supply.
Which was one of the reasons that in what I read was that the Joint Chief of Staff, I forget his name, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, that in their preparations, he was against doing this, and for a lot of reasons, but one of them was that very thing, that a protracted 4, 5, 6 week or more, and we would start to run out of a lot of the weaponry. I mean, the ammunitions that we would need. And they're now talking about that being I think Trump bugs out of this within a week. I've said that since it started.
If Netanyahu lets him, that's the key. That's the key. We'll see if he lets him. But
I'd love to know what the debt clock looks like. I mean, what's this thing costing us every day? Like,
we lost 3 fighter jets we lost 3 fighter jets in Kuwait that got shot down. So those
are 80. I looked that up. Those are 80 million a piece. So
yeah, so right there.
Yeah, right there.
But
yeah, and doesn't the public? I mean, the public's already 60% against the whole thing. I mean, if you stick them with $4 a gallon gasoline and the eggs go back to $5 a carton, I think they're squealing pretty hard, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't understand. When I started calling Congress a year ago in February, daily, I couldn't get through sometimes. I mean, because it was so busy. I had to keep trying. And about 4 months in, it was like nobody was calling anymore. And that's
we got 138 people in the room there. They're just not they're not real busy. They're not real. They're kind of quiet.
And of course,
between this thing, refunding the tariff money. Gosh, who doesn't want their tariff money back? I mean,
yeah.
Mudcat and I were talking the other day, and we both came to the consensus and agreed that I think that's a strong running point for any Democrat that's running from here to the November election. I would say it 100 times a day. Give me back my money. The top law in the land, the Supreme Court says it was illegal. You took my money illegally.
Yeah.
Give me back my money. I want my money back. I'd say it every day.
But then he does it, and those checks come out, and he signs them like he did the COVID-6. Then that hurts everything because Trump gave us money like Daddy gave us our allowance.
I don't think he's gonna put any checks out. I really don't. I don't think I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean,
I don't think we're going to see any tariff checks. I don't think we're going to see any Doge checks.
Oh, I know that.
I think they're just going to go on the one big beautiful bill, and we gave you a big tax break in the one big beautiful bill, and yeah, you gave 1% a big tax break in the one big beautiful bill. And
that's the thing.
And you know what? That if you did give me a tax break in the one big beautiful bill, you robbed it away from me 100 times over in tariff costs and in continued inflation and everything else. So
well, Bernie and Ro Khanna have a bill coming out, and it's to tax the billionaires, and that money would go for a stimulus check, $3,000 per person, up to $12,000 for a household of 4. And then the rest of it would go toward giving like increasing Medicare. So you have dental, vision, and hearing on your Medicare, and also going to affordable housing. And so they've got a bill coming up to try to do.
You're saying Ro Khanna actually has a bill.
Ro Khanna and Bernie Sanders. Have a joint bill.
To return, and that's to return the tariff revenue?
No, it's not for the tariff revenue. No. It's to tax billionaires.
Oh, that okay.
It's to tax billionaires.
Let's take Billy's idea and take that bill and put them together, and they can say we're going to give you all this from the tariff revenue. They could do that.
No, tariffs have already been paid out to all of Trump's billionaire friends. So,
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. If they end up having to do the refunds, they're going to go to the people that actually paid it, even though they passed it on to the consumers. They're not going to pass on the return.
Right. And the increased prices they put no matter what happens to the tariffs, even though he put tariffs back on everything 10 to 15% globally. But once prices are up, they don't come down.
Boy, you look like you're having a nice day there, Billy, in Mississippi.
Hey, I was going to show you guys a little bit of springtime on the Gulf Coast.
There's some springtime.
I've been showing all my friends in in Virginia, in the DC area, and up in the Carolinas, and they've been like telling me, well, it's like 40 degrees and it's blowing snow, and they're like, what's it like down there, Billy? And I'm like, it is full on springtime.
Look at that! It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an azalea in my front yard.
Beautiful.
Those azaleas? Is that azaleas?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's an azalea. I've got like 5, 6 of those in my yard, and they're just popping loose in the last week.
Oh, I just see Hegseth says an American submarine sank an Iranian warship with a torpedo in international waters now.
Oh boy.
He is all roided up when he goes up to that. He is like war fighter.
I mean,
probably snorted a line of Coke before he went up there.
He probably did. He's not drinking alcohol anymore.
Little Petey.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's on something, but he's not drinking alcohol anymore. But he's on something.
But no, Hegseth to me comes across.
Yeah, he's on a triple dose on.
Yeah, no dick himself.
Jamie, what did you say?
I said he comes across to me as a no dick incel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Fancy's out making her rounds today.
Oh,
puppy! Oh,
hi, Fancy.
That is a pretty dog.
Is that a mini Australian Shepherd?
That's a miniature Australian Shepherd. Yeah.
So
yes, ma'am, it is. She's out making her rounds today. Hey, Fancy. Come on, girl.
Yeah, I'm going to be the weather. Once the weather gets like that, I'm going to go back to doing actually in the weather before the winter. I was doing these chats from DuPont Circle. I would set up in DuPont Circle. Jamie was there. Jack would show up, and we had.
Oh, you might get some people there to like join live with you and do the whole thing. That would be fun.
Right. And but then I had to. I got to fight the pigeons. The pigeons would attack me.
In Minnesota, we're going through second spring.
What does that mean?
It means it gets up to the 60s and and everything's bright and sunny, and then we have a crash when it goes back to below freezing.
Yeah, we had
then we get third winter.
Yeah. We had spring of deception 2 weeks ago, and then we had winter again.
Spring of deception.
Yep.
We have spring hits about the last week of February, and it'll go on through about to the middle towards the end of April, and it is full on summertime come the 1st of May where I live usually. I mean, it starts going over 90 and it's hot and it's humid.
Couple years ago it snowed on June 1st, so.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Where are you?
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Minneapolis colds are ratting.
It's not so bad.
Katie's been our correspondent to all the protests and
ice raids
that are still going.
Katie, Mike, and I'm curious. I've been reading a lot lately that they're starting to get a lot of court rulings, judge decisions, whatever. They really seem to be digging into that guy Bovino.
Oh yes, and, Bovino is under investigation big time.
Oh yeah,
because
he's gone, but they're still after him.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Huh.
That boy has no immunity.
And then that other guy, like he vanished too. Homan, like they sent him out there, and every day he was talking and saying what they were doing. Now of course, everything's vanished lately except Rubio and Trump and Drunk Petey. They've all kind of vanished except that gang.
Well, and frankly, Kristi Noem kind of vanished for a while too, and then came back recently.
And then
she and Corey flying around on that new jet that they leased or something.
Her and Corey. Her and Corey.
Man, what a clown show. But don't you think after this past year and now given this between the crazy high prices are still crazy high and the crazy immigration enforcement stuff and now this Iran war, I think people really have Trump fatigue. I think they really have MAGA fatigue. They're just like, what was that lady that used to come on, Susan Powder, that did TV ads, Stop the Insanity? I think there's even a lot of the MAGA leaning types are looking for somebody to stop the insanity.
It doesn't seem like we have the apparatus anymore, though, because Congress has all fallen in line, although there's some cracks. But then there's the Supreme Court. So I think we're screwed 3 ways to Sunday.
Well, I get the feeling that a lot of MAGA, they'll never admit it necessarily, but they're ready to move on and from Trump. And I think particularly they're beginning to realize with his fiscal issues that mortality is a thing, and what's happening as a result is in the media and political worlds, they're gnawing on their own limbs for who's next. I mean, you're seeing the battle. I mean, it's emerging big time, and politically, I mean, you got Rubio versus Vance on the high political level there, but then you got the echo chamber with the Megyn Kellys and all of them. Fuentes just came out swinging against Trump. They're all buying for, and you got Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, there is going to be a bloodbath for the Trump successor.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's the one that was smart enough, and she's still speaking out against the whole thing. And she has never cracked from her MAGA stance. So I think that she could get that group of people. But I don't think she can get anybody else.
Well, I don't know. I read every day. They've really had a war in that right-wing podcast media sphere, podcast sphere. I mean, you got Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson, and they're fighting Laura Loomer, and she's fighting Candace Owens, and they're and half of them are fighting the Charlie Kirk group, and half of them are still with the Charlie Kirk group, and
yeah.
that is, you know, when Trump becomes a lame duck, he's already a lame duck, but let's go out on a limb and say that Democrats retake at least the House, possibly the U.S. Senate. I mean, after the 1st of January 2027, what happens? I mean, I hear a giant sucking sound on the GOP side of the vacuum that's going to be left in the wake of all of them putting all of their marbles into the Trump basket, and then realizing that what's left of the Trump basket, that the bottom of the basket has rotted out. You know.
How do they get Dems sworn in January?
Yeah, you keep asking about that, Blue. You have a point.
I actually called Stansbury's office and a couple of other offices yesterday, and I said, you guys need to think about how to get rid of Mike Johnson right now, because right now.
But now, what? Explain what you're saying there, because you've got a complicated point there. But
because it was just like with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Mike Johnson is third in line. After Trump is gone, after he, is room temperature, you've got JD. Nobody likes JD. What's going to happen? I'm trying to say that there is going to be a vacuum to be filled, and we don't want Mike Johnson anywhere close to being able to fill it. Plus, he has been so obstructive with swearing people in and doing what he's supposed to be doing. And like right now, even he thinks Congress needs to stay out of the war. Power is out.
What? Oh my God.
He needs to be gone. And so yesterday, I called Stansbury's office and a couple others and said, you need to see if you can get enough Republicans to trigger a vote and get rid of him, even if it means Massey as the speaker. It's better than anybody's pretty much. Well, not anybody, but Mike Johnson needs to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Billy, you brought this up about Megyn Kelly. I had to go get that. We did this video yesterday and had fun with Megyn. Listen to what she says about Lindsey Graham and Mark Levin. She said Mark Levin and Lindsey Graham spent the weekend with a massive heart-on.
Mark Levin and Lindsey Graham, forgive me, spent the entire weekend with a massive heart-on. There's just no in the
I mean, she's right.
Was not expecting that to come out of her mouth.
She said Mark Levin and Lindsey Graham spent the weekend with a massive heart-on.
They were thrilled. They were gleeful.
Wow. I mean, those guys were just ODing on Viagra.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham wants to bomb Lebanon now. He's calling for the U.S. to bomb Lebanon.
Why is he like a kid in a candy store with us? It's
South
weird.
Carolina voters, will they re-elect him this November, the South Carolina voters?
I don't think
There's a Sturge who's from South Carolina. He was on here recently and was saying that there's a woman running against him who he says is pretty strong. We talked about it. I think you were on, Billy, when we talked about that.
Yeah, Dr. Annie Andrews. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Will the Democratic machine, will they back her? I mean, will they finance her? She seems to be, she's a medical doctor. She's a good speaker. She's obviously very astute, very intelligent, very capable, and seems to be pretty savvy. I'm just hoping that, I'd like to see some polling out of I would love to see a good poll right now on Lindsey Graham in South Carolina this week after this Iran cheerleading. And I'd just love to see a good poll come out on his approvals, his disapprovals, where he's at.
Well, this piece this morning on him, old dumbass is not going to like this at all, because basically in this article for Politico, Graham takes credit for convincing Trump to attack Iran, and says Trump had been against. I mean, he really goes out there he's real proud of himself, and man, that is just the kind of thing that will piss off old dumbass. He will not like that one bit.
A couple of days ago, they were trying to blame it on Vance.
That at all. But I would love to see Craig or anybody in the Trail Mix family here, anybody run across any really good recent polling on Lindsey Graham out of South Carolina. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We can ask our. That's what I got Gemini. That's what I got Gemini for. We can ask old Gemini about that. Let's see. We'll say, what is the latest polling? What is the latest polling on Lindsey Graham for re-election
in South Carolina?
Let's see what old Gemini comes out. Lindsey Graham is running for a 5th term. Wow, I didn't know it was a 5th term. And okay, here's some polls. See how they're kind of old. This is all October, September, June of 2025. Lindsey, they don't even have that woman in this list. Is this just the this is just Republican primary. That's no good.
We don't care about that.
His job approval in November, 38. Disapproved, 58.
Here's general election matchup.
Here we go. Generic Democrat. So he's just basically tied with generic Democrat. That's no good for an incumbent, wouldn't you say? That's not a good sign. And
no, I would like to see some very recent
we need something
South Carolina polling, because he has been tucked up under Trump for the last couple months pretty tightly, traveling with him on every time he goes to Mar-a-Lago and hanging out with him over the Christmas, January holiday down there, and making sure.
Who was this guy? Who was this guy you got
Jolly,
first, Katie?
Jolly, the Jolly Good Ginger.
He's the Jolly. Yeah, that's his name. I've seen him on TikTok all the time, and he's got some good stuff here.
He was in DC in the background in one of your things, Craig.
Yes, he was.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Well, he cracks me up. Oh, I don't have his volume up. Here we go.
An act of war. Let's listen to what Congress had to say after hearing what the Trump administration had to say.
I just left a classified briefing on Iran.
There are times when you go into a classified session and you walk out and you have a better understanding about the gravity of the situation and the rationale behind the military action. This is not one of those times.
Just left a classified briefing on the war in Iran, and I can tell you that what I heard did not give me any confidence that there was an imminent threat.
More fearful than ever after this briefing that we may be putting boots on the ground.
And here's what
more fearful. I think that sums it up. More fearful than ever.
Yeah.
That's what you get. More fearful
Run for the hills, folks.
Yeah.
But Jolly does go on to say about how instructions were given to these commanders and stuff that to tell their soldiers that this is a holy war.
A holy war.
And that they need to defeat them so Jesus can come back and basically, take care of
Yeah, that's a Mike Huckabee principle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these Christian, I mean, that's one thing about Talarico I like is for both political and religious people, he's making the case against these white nationalists, Christian nationalists, that they're not real Christians. And that's the case he's making. And it needs to be made to both religious and political people. These aren't Christians.
How much do you think the blue in Texas, Dallas, how much difference do you think the whole Stephen Colbert, Talarico, CBS brouhaha made on behalf of Talarico?
He already had there were already lines everywhere he was speaking, but he did get a college student's endorsement after that from something. After that, he got a lot more airplay because they said no, you can't. We all want the things that are forbidden. So, what are you trying for us not to see?
Well, I'd been watching him for a while before that Colbert thing, and he was drawing big crowds before Colbert. And he was getting attention, but it definitely kicked it into another gear. That's for sure.
Craig, I know when you were doing a lot of television in the past, I know you used to do some CNN shows. What do you think if the regulators, well, if you can call people working for Donald Trump regulators or whatever, officials, but what do you think them, if they let this Paramount takeover of Warner Brothers, which owns CNN, what do you think? Do you think that they'll try to take CNN more in the direction of a Fox News or Newsmax type outlet? Or
well, I don't think you have to ever have worked there to see what. I mean, we could see the model at CBS. I mean, because you got the same people took over CBS, and we're now seeing what's happening to CBS. I mean, they had a town hall in prime time with Erica Kirk. I don't think
it's a mouthpiece for the state.
Paramount CBS would have done that, and they pulled a 60 Minutes piece. I never heard of 60 Minutes piece.
I'm just wondering
because
if
the administration wanted it. So we can already see what they're going to do. They've already done it. I'm just wondering though,
because CNN particularly has a few folks on every day that have really sparred hard with Trump. Caitlin Collins comes to mind. Brianna Keeler
and Jake Tapper's very harsh.
Jake Tapper. I wonder if
he flat out calls he calls Trump a liar unabashedly. I mean,
I wonder if they'll try to run them off, or if they'll try to.
I think they might quit on their own. Well, they could do what they did to Acosta. Jim Acosta left, but the way they got him to leave was they gave him the midnight shift. He had a 10 a.m. show that was doing pretty well in the rating, at least in their world. I mean, compared to others, that's another story. But anyway, they said, okay, we want to keep you, but you're going to do the midnight show, and we're going to move you to California. He lives in D.C. And so he just quit. I mean, so that's one way they can do that.
I mean, when you think of the big three cable-related channels doing politics a lot, you think of CNN, you think of MS Now, used to be MSNBC, and of course Fox News. So I guess you'll have Fox News and CNN just going in totally in the sack for the Republicans, and then MS Now on the other side. Obviously,
who I think should be worried is Fox, because Fox doesn't have that. These people are all going to be competing with Fox for the same audience.
Is he going to try to punish the Murdochs for everything?
Yeah.
And I'm waiting to see exactly where MS Now ends up. Currently, they're only with Hulu and Sling Live. So
I did see. I meant to tell you, Jamie. I started to send it to you, and I got distracted because you brought that up before. I did see a piece in one of the trade publications that they are planning their own streaming service, like you've been asking for. They are planning that, where you can pay them individually for a stream. That I have seen they're looking at that.
Well, if you want the full picture, though, honestly, you've got to go to like Le Monde in English and Der Spiegel and Al Jazeera. You've got to look at Global, Sky News, and you've got to look at all of them.
Hulu is expensive, but it has them all. You get Al Jazeera and Sky and MS Now.
Chuck Norris says, "Why are you folks afraid of having different opinions?" I'm not afraid of different opinions. I just don't like seeing lies on the news. I mean, that's the problem. I mean,
that's
if you put lies on the news and call that another opinion, then that's not facts. That's just lies. I mean, that's what facts are all the time.
Exactly.
But
I'm not sure why you give a platform.
If you look at the rating system of Fox, has better rating systems than a lot of the other news stations.
And that has the problem that the right wing is all locked into Fox, whereas the rest of the political spectrum
we've all moved on.
Or Newsmax is the other one.
Yep.
And I keep an eye on. I kind of like News Nation. Have you all watched that at all?
Yeah.
They're trying to be kind of middle of the road. I think seems like that. Cuomo ended up there when he left CNN.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I'm looking at more independents. Don Lemon, Midas
Courier.
Touch, Status Coup, Mercado Media, my
Courier.
local boy, Courier. Who's another one?
And Trail Mix.
Well, yeah, we try. But I mean, independent media. Oh, Aaron Parnas.
Yep, Aaron.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
He's
And a lot of
wonderful.
stuff.
Harry Sisson.
A lot of people read Substack. I love the Substack things.
Yeah,
like when you said Aaron.
Yeah, I do
Parnas.
too.
Substack is to me, it's like a new level of where everything needs to go.
Right. I'm going to venture down Reddit today.
Yeah.
I've decided.
Are you?
Yes.
I have
Yeah,
never
Reddit.
joined it, but I've read a lot of the threads on there when I'm looking for something, and you get good you get a wide, just like, what do you think about this? And it's like you get all of these different things, so then you can go research them yourself.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about Reddit is I got started on them and I haven't gotten back to it, and this is a good thing. They're kind of particular about what you can post in the beginning. They kind of they keep an eye on you. They don't let you just post anything or promote anything you want. They don't censor or anything. They try to keep it a fairly clean community in the sense of not letting bots in and that sort of thing. So they're a little strict about that. But
few rules to the road.
Well, that's our hour, and I was going to wind up with James Talarico's what became his victory speech. I think the big objective of the Republicans yesterday with that mess in Dallas was very simple: to push Talarico's acceptance speech, his victory speech, past midnight, and they succeeded. they did that. Otherwise, he would have had a 10 p.m. If Dallas numbers had come in on time and AP would have called it by around 10 p.m. Eastern. Or maybe 11, he would have had a prime time nationwide, big boost of coverage, and they managed to prevent that with what they did. That's how I see what happened. So this speech that he ended up giving, it was about 2:00 in the morning, I think. I'm not sure.
Well, it's over. It's done. And let's watch Paxton and Cornyn just shoot at each other for the next 2 months.
Yep.
And let's hope they have plenty of ammunition. I say give them all the ammo they need.
And encourage Crockett to get in line.
Actually, she did do a statement that she's going to back and turn Texas blue. So I'm going to hold her to that.
That was
I want to hear about Ken Paxton's 58 other girlfriends and affairs.
Yes.
Let's just
we want to hear
bring
it all.
all.
We want the dirt.
Bring them all.
I want Cornyn to spend $200 million putting Paxton on Epstein Island every day.
Hey, Billy, come back anytime. We're here at 11 a.m. every day until we.
Hey, love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
Have a good day.
All right, everybody else. That was fun.
Hey.
We'll end up with Talarico. We'll give him his moment since the Republicans denied it to him in prime time. We'll give him daylight exposure here on Trail Mix.
You fancy a good cuddle for me?
Yeah. Puppy cuddles for all.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for staying up. Thank you. Tonight, our campaign is shocking the nation. We are still waiting for an official call, but we are confident in this movement we've built together. Every vote must be counted. Every voice must be heard. The voter suppression in my home county and in Congresswoman Crockett's home county underscores the gravity of this moment. This movement is about whether the people will hold the power in this state and in this country. We launched this underdog campaign 6 months ago in my hometown of Round Rock, Texas. And since then, tens of thousands of Texans have shown up to rally with us in every corner of the state, from Beaumont to El Paso, from Amarillo to Brownsville, and everywhere in between. We have recruited more than 28,000 volunteers who are organizing in every community across this state. And we have shattered grassroots fundraising records, all without taking a dime from corporate PACs. This is a people-powered movement to take on this broken, corrupt political system. This is truly a campaign of, by, and for the people. We are not just trying to win an election. We are trying to fundamentally change our politics. And it's working. The number of young people who showed up to vote in this election is unprecedented. The number of Texans who have never voted before but showed up in this election is unprecedented. The number of independents and Republicans who voted in this Democratic primary is unprecedented. This is proof that there is something happening in Texas. Tonight, the people of our state gave this country a little bit of hope. And a little bit of hope is a dangerous thing. I want to thank y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in this fight. God bless y'all. Thank you.